What's up everyone, and welcome back to another Crush It TV tech tutorial. My name is James Thayer. I am the executive producer of a company in Nashville called Seek First Productions. We do all kinds of video production, from film work to VFX to music videos. We even do a little bit of photography. But enough about that, let's jump into today's tutorial, which is on using paint in After Effects. The paint on effect in After Effects is extremely handy for whenever you need to cover up a logo or some sort of texture or design that you don't want in your video. In this case, we are working on a feature film produced in Georgia called Crimes and Misdemeanors, which you can check out their website here. And they sent this footage to us wanting to get rid of this John 3:16 off of this bus here. Let me show you the original clip. This is the original clip. So you see it's on the bus in that shot. Scroll through, it's there. This is probably the most difficult one because you have people passing in front of it repeatedly. And so when I received this footage, I was excited about these shots because they're on tripod. It's on sticks, but then whenever you get to this most difficult one, the camera is moving, which is going to be very difficult to cover up anything that is part of the scene with the camera moving, and then especially with things walking in front of what you're trying to mask out. So today I'm going to show you exactly how to do both of these types of situations. This one where everything is still and there's nothing in the way, and then this more advanced situation here. And we'll try to go through this pretty quickly so you can get to the meat of it. I'm going to show you exactly what I did very quickly here. So let's go back to my composition. As you can see in this clip, it's gone, completely painted off, and it looks pretty good. You can hardly tell there was anything there before. You'd be very hard pressed to do so. Maybe right here where these black spots are, that might be a little oversight. But whenever you're pulled out to this far, it just looks like dirt or nothing at all. So let's scroll down here to this little section. Since I had this very long clip, I broke it down. I went in After Effects and I split all of my scenes up. So you can do that by, placing your playhead over a section of a clip, and then going to Edit and Split Layer. And as you can see, it splits this into 2 layers. And so I just did that at every time the scene changed. And so I was able to isolate different scenes that I needed to work on. So here you go. Here's this one right here. We'll go to the effects panel and I'll show you. There's only one effect on here. It's the paint effect. And more explicitly, I use this little clone stamp tool, which if anyone's used to Photoshop, you know exactly what the clone stamp does. It takes a section of your image and it duplicates it onto your paintbrush so you can put it on another portion of your image. What I did for this scene is I went in here, and you got to be in the layer panel to be doing this, not the composition. Composition, make sure you're in the layer panel. Go up here to your clone tool. You're going to hold down Option if you're on a Mac. It could be Alt if you're on a PC. And this is your little selector tool. See, you're going to be selecting a section that you want to clone. So we're going to click here. Make sure your brush size is what you want it to be. 55 is pretty nice because it covers up everything. And this is honestly as simple as clicking and dragging over the spot. And instantly that looks really good. You can hardly tell. You saw up here where that little arrow is, that's showing the section that you're going to be cloning. So as you move from left to right, it is actually copying above it where that little X is from left to right into where your circle is. So as simple as that, that works for all shots that are on sticks basically, and you don't need anything else. As you can see, if you wanted to like duplicate this stripe here, looks pretty bad. You'd have to work on it a lot, but you can see a little bit better about how the little cloner is working. I'm going to show you this more difficult section here. I'm going to tell you exactly how I tried doing it previously and it failed, and how I am currently having to go back with the paint tool and do it frame by frame, sadly. What I did initially was I rotoscoped out these people who are walking through the frame, like this woman here. So if I turn on this layer, and it's going to take it a while to load, sadly. Boom. All right, so this layer is actually the rotoscope turned on. If I wanted to put something behind it, like that, you see that gray blob back there? And you can see the rotoscope on her hair is not the greatest, but she's moving and you could, clean all this up. Here's the problem that I ran into. I rotoscoped, I actually tracked the scene. I got a 3D null object. I did that using the tracker tool, which I'll show you in another tutorial later. And what ended up happening is exactly what you can see in this shot right here, which is, on this end it blends pretty darn well, but as you get over here it stops blending correctly. Reason for that is because the lighting change. I took this swatch, this paint, I did the exact same thing. I went up here and I pasted it down here. The problem is during the scene that I took it from, the lighting was one way, and then throughout the rest of the scene the lighting is a different way. And so that's a huge problem. I ended up not being able to do that, and I had to go back and do things hand by hand, which is actually what I'm currently doing. I just felt like I would go ahead and show you that way. Alright, so here we go. This is where we're at currently. So let's get down in here. I'll make this a little bit bigger. What I'm doing is I'm going frame by frame painting out each of these. So you can see like this all looks pretty good. Especially if I were to zoom out, it would look really good. And you get to this frame here and every one prior to that and it's not working right. One thing to note about the clone tool is whenever you create a new paint effect, that's not the best, but you get the idea. It stretches it from the frame that you just did it on all the way through the whole clip. So it's very important if you're wanting to use the exact same paint effect for the entire clip. It's very important to do it on the very first frame. I'm going from backwards to forwards just because I'm finding it to be easier given the specific clip. But normally you would start from the first frame and go on. Alright, I'm going to erase that one because it wasn't so good. This is sort of the workflow I have going on currently. I'll go up here, press Option, get my swatch, come down here, and start painting over my John 3:16. Try to get his little edge going there. It's not the best, but like I have always told you, when you zoom out, effects look a lot better. Alright, so I did one frame. I'm going to go through. I'm going to do another one. It's taking the exact same swatch that I selected earlier. And I'm doing it again here. Alright, we're going to go one more frame. Do another one. This is tedious, but not that difficult. That wasn't good. That one was not good. Gotta watch the edge here. And we could feather this to make it maybe look a little bit better. Okay, so now as you can see I have these three frames I just did. I've been going about 4 to 10 at a time, but I'll go through here, highlight each of these, stretch them over until the bottom one is just one frame long. Press Command, deselect the bottom one, stretch them back till the bottom one is one frame long, deselect, stretch it over. And then you can go through and check your work, frame by frame. How's it looking? It's looking okay from that angle, and it looks pretty good from this one. I would say there's some smudging going on maybe in this area that we need to work on. But overall, you can go back and you can fine-tune this. Okay, so that's it for this tech tutorial on using the Paint and Clone Stamp tool in After Effects. If you'd like to know more about the film that we're working on here, Crimes and Misdemeanors, you can go to their website, glassworkschurchmedia.blogspot.com. You can check out the trailer, which looks pretty cool.
He's 69, and he didn't come home 3 days ago.
This is a situation that we cannot have come to light. How can I be more clear on that?
You and me, we're gonna have a good...
It's sort of channeling that Jason Bourne vibe, but the film is actually kind of like a family Spy Kids type film is what it looks like.
Have it all wrong.
National Security Agency.
Okay, that's it for this Crush It TV tech tutorial on the Paint effect in After Effects. Look forward to our next tutorial, which may be on matte painting, or making a teleportation effect, or muzzle flashes. You just never know.